Tonight, we report on how a man escaped a life sentence and how a Warden woman was injured in a crash last night. What's going on in sports, Bob?
There was plenty of Basin High School sports taking place last night. Stick around to catch up on all the action. Let's take a look at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. Breezy and dry conditions after that passing cold front. I'll let you know if this scenario will extend into the weekend. In just a few moments, all the details.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Burnett Saloy, a 55-year-old Moses Lake man, avoided a life sentence and received an 8-year prison sentence for an April theft and car chase. Saloy's criminal history includes robbery and multiple convictions for stealing vehicles in the last 28 years. Prosecutors stated Saloy had 2 previous strikes, meaning a 3rd conviction for what the law calls a most serious offense would have meant Saloy would serve life without the possibility of parole in prison. He avoided the 3rd strike when he pled guilty in Grant County Superior Court to vehicular assault. In exchange for the plea agreement, Saloy's attorney agreed to an 8-year prison sentence, roughly 3 more years than the maximum normally allowed by law. Prosecutor Angus Lee pointed out the sentence will keep Saloy in prison until his mid-60s. On April 6th, Saloy ran from police after shoplifting meat and alcohol at Safeway. He fled in a car, and the chase ended when he collided with 2 vehicles in the intersection of Broadway and Alder. A new clinic is starting service in Quincy. Here is reporter Jeff Chu with the story.
Quincy Community Health Center's new 23,000 square foot medical and dental clinic is now getting finishing touches at its First Avenue location. It should be open to patients the week of April 7th. Lynn Bales, operations director for the Quincy Clinic, part of the Moses Lake Community Health Center, said the new building more than doubles the existing 9,600 square feet of modular building space. The new clinic, which has been under construction since May, will have 9 chairs for dental patients and 24 medical patient examination rooms. Once the move is complete, the old portable buildings will be removed to clear way for a new parking lot. Once the parking lot is completed in June, an official dedication of the building is planned, according to Bales. The new building is partly intended to give the clinic a permanent presence over the former modular buildings. Bales said the Quincy Clinic has long been a healthcare safety net for Quincy's many migrant farm workers. I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
Thank you, Jeff. A Warden woman was injured when her car left State Route 17 about 3 miles south of Moses Lake late last night. Heidi Dominguez, a 25-year-old woman, was driving a 2010 BMW 128 south on SR 17 when she struck a guardrail and left the highway to the right. According to the Washington State Patrol, the cause of the crash was reportedly driver inattention. Quincy City Council agreed to buy new welcome signs for nearly $5,000 last night. Wenatchee-based Graybeal Signs will update the 3 signs welcoming people to the city. The roughly 4-foot by 7-foot signs will feature the city's logo and the sayings "Opportunity Unlimited" and "Where Agriculture Meets Technology." The move came at the suggestion of council members who said the present signs needed to be updated. Now let's take a look at people with warrants issued by the State Department of Corrections.
Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the Department of Corrections asks that you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m.
We will be back after this.
Are you looking to improve your or your child's smile? At Casciati Orthodontics, we make it our mission to make braces more affordable and fun. Our business has proudly served the Columbia Basin for over 20 years, and our new conveniently located state-of-the-art facility offers a relaxing environment full of fun activities for the kids. We accept all types of insurance and have convenient payment plans available. Give us a call for a complimentary evaluation, no referral needed, or check us out on the web and make an appointment online.
Hi, I'm Chuck DeMuerler, the new manager at Furniture West. Furniture West has been a part of the Moses Lake community for over 30 years. My team and I have expanded our inventory to meet our customers' needs. We have over 100 recliners in stock. We have a fantastic sleep center with dozens of mattress choices from the best brands in the business. Come see our great kids section with some of the most fun kids furniture you will find anywhere. We are your source for power reclining furniture. Check out our new selection today at 117 West Broadway Avenue in Moses Lake.
To be with you, everybody, I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center, brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines. Across the area, pretty quiet conditions, quiet weather in the forecast. Skies clearing overnight and breezy conditions, however, behind that passing cold front, gusting up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Now, a bit unsettled scenario will continue this Thursday into Thursday night across inland Northwest. Temperatures topped out around 60 across Ephrata this afternoon, and the low registered at 35. 38 was the low across Moses Lake, and 61 the high. Quick look at the conditions right outside your door with partly cloudy skies. These temperatures in the mid-50s still hanging in there, and that wind out of the west at around 24 miles per hour sustained, gusting between 30 and 35 miles per hour, and so will be the case overnight across the basin. Quite unsettled scenario still along the area mountains and along inland Northwest. We should expect for these conditions to improve considerably across the entire region by Friday, but in the meantime, Thursday evening should anticipate for snow to continue developing, and also some mixed precipitation along the lower levels. A scattered snow activity by this Thursday by Friday evening, and also partly to mostly cloudy skies, but overall dry conditions clearing up considerably as we head into the first part of the weekend. Here's a quick look for this Thursday afternoon. Most of the unsettled condition to the west, but overall for us across Yakima, the Tri-Cities area, partly sunny skies with these temperatures in the mid to lower 50s. Ponderay with temperatures slightly below that 50-degree mark. Taking a closer look across the basin with these readings in the mid to lower 50s, quite seasonable, and we are looking forward to a warming trend with these temperatures heading into the lower 60s, especially by the beginning of next week. The weekend looking fantastic with partly to mostly sunny skies, and these temperatures heading up there, flirting with a 60-degree mark by Sunday. So overall, we can say pleasant weather ahead with these temperatures remaining around the lower 60s as we head into Monday through Wednesday. In the meantime, quite seasonable temperatures as we wrap up this work week. Good to be with you, everybody. This weather segment brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
We need something for the three of us.
Well, we have an amazing selection of safe and reliable cars and trucks. And if you hurry during our sales event, we still have some great deals.
Wow, thanks, Jan.
Yeah, thanks, Jan.
You're welcome. We can set up a test drive.
Right now, you can lease a new 2014 Corolla for $129 a month for 24 months with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance included.
Enjoy your drive home.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ready for some classy, laid-back fun? Imbibe in Moses Lake is the place for you. Imbibe has a huge selection of your favorite wine and beer on tap from local brewers. We have kegs to go, and we can fill your growler. Remember that summertime is beer time. Come enjoy our live music on Fridays and make sure to reserve a spot for private parties. What are you waiting for? This is the place to enjoy your favorite drinks with your favorite people. Find us on 3rd Avenue in Moses Lake, Washington, or call us at 509-765-1119.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. Athletes from Ephrata, Quincy, Soap Lake, Wilson Creek, Connell, Kiona, Benton, and Wenatchee converged at Kiwanis Field in Ephrata for the Icebreaker Invite Tuesday. The opening meet of the season gave kids a chance to brush off the winter's dust as they competed in track and field events throughout the afternoon. And when the final whistle had sounded, the Ephrata boys and girls team claimed the bragging rights. The boys finished with a team total of 215.5 points. Quincy took second with 140.5, and Connell was third with 139. The Lady Tigers dominated the competition with 267 points on the day. Connell was a distant second with 109. Kaibe finished third with 88. Ephrata hosts the annual Raycross Invitational Saturday at 11 a.m. Moses Lake and Lewis and Clark took to the pitch for a non-league soccer match at Lions Field last night. The Chiefs dominated possession early but didn't have much to show for it as the Tigers' defense did just enough to keep Moses Lake off the board. Sean Cotton put the home team up 1-0 when he blasted a penalty kick past the Lewis and Clark keeper 14 minutes into the contest. The goal held up until the Tigers' Charlie Reiger headed one in to tie the match 1-1 with less than 30 seconds to go in the first half of action. The score remained knotted and the game looked to be headed to an extra period as time was winding down, but a goal by Tyrus LaRocca at the 79th minute sealed the deal 2-1 for Lewis and Clark. The loss puts Moses Lake at 0-2 to start the season. The Chiefs get a chance to right the ship as they continue their non-league schedule with a home match against Gonzaga Prep on Saturday. Wharton Soccer dropped its league opener to Royal Monday. The hard-fought physical contest saw the Cougars go up 1-0 on a goal by Orlando Alba at the 15-minute mark. The Knights scored late in the period to level the game 1-1 at intermission. Royal found the back of the Wharton net twice in the second half to push the score to 3-1 Knights. The Cougars closed the gap to 3-1 on a penalty kick by Sergio Vela at the 79th minute of action to round out the scoring for the match. The Moses Lake baseball team found the going rough in a non-league game with Mount Spokane last night. Goose eggs were on the board until the Chiefs brought 2 runs home in the bottom of the second inning. Tyson Carstetter led off with a walk, moved to third on a throwing error by the Wildcats shortstop, and came around to score on a botched pickoff attempt at first base. Connor Raymond received a base on balls and advanced home on back-to-back singles, and Moses Lake led 2-0. The lead held up until Mount Spokane pushed 4 runs across the plate in the top of the 5th. The Wildcats added 2 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th inning to make it 7-2 and held the Chiefs at bay to come away with the win. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Ombudsman?
Ombudsman?
No matter how you say it, Washington State's Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program means real people helping real people.
By advocating on behalf of our state's most vulnerable citizens, Ombudsmen help ensure the health, safety, and welfare of our long-term care residents. By volunteering their time, they give a powerful voice to those who might never be heard. Washington State's Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program. Real people helping real people.
Give your car the bath of a lifetime at Glass House Car and Dog Wash. Our personal attendants will focus on your vehicle's needs, and our new touchless technology guarantees the best wash possible. And as always, our tire scrubbers and rim spray will increase the life of your tires and leave them gleaming. Water spots don't fly here. We will hand dry your vehicle every time. Get in, get out, get clean at the Glass House Car and Dog Wash, located at 914 North Stratford Road in Moses Lake.
Our spotlight story tonight is about Quincy's new school district superintendent. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
Meet Quincy School District's new superintendent, John Boyd. Boyd, Executive Director of Instructional Leadership at Highline School District in Burien, is expected to join Quincy School District in July when superintendent for the past 7 years, Burton Dickerson, retires. Residents and other Quincy representatives at one of 2 public meetings Tuesday afternoon interviewed Boyd and 2 other finalists. Quincy School Board members then convened and offered Boyd the job, which he accepted pending final negotiations. Boyd shared a revealing anecdote at Tuesday's finalist meeting with the public.
Basketball was my first love. I went to the University of Montana on a basketball scholarship,
and found that college was very difficult because I wasn't very prepared. And so I'm really passionate about making sure that all kids are prepared and ready to go to college, because really truly it doesn't matter if our students get into college. What really matters is if they stick in college and they are successful all the way through. And so that's a real important thing to me.
Boyd will be responsible for 2,700 students in Quincy. In a written announcement today after the school board's decision, Tricia Lubach, board president, called Boyd, who is fluent in Spanish, a strong leader who works one-on-one with principals to develop instructional leadership. Boyd was a good fit with Quincy, according to Lubach, because he will speak Spanish in a district where almost 86% of the students are Hispanic Latino. The board was impressed with Boyd's skills in improving student achievement, the board's main focus, according to Lubach. The battery of interviews that included district students, residents, staff, and principals continued through Tuesday.
We started with about 2.5 hours of tours. Each of the finalists had an opportunity to visit one of our elementary schools and a middle school and the high school. So that took place from 8 o'clock until about 11. And then we had the opportunity to bring them back here, and they went through a rotation of 4 interviews. One interview was with the board. One interview group was with the administrators, which is the principals and other administrators of the school district. One was with the district office staff, who work very closely with the superintendent. And then finally they had an opportunity to talk one-on-one with our current superintendent, Dr. Dickerson.
Boyd received high ratings from the participants who provided feedback to the board, according to Lubach. Boyd has worked in the Seattle and Edmond school districts since 1992. He has teaching and administrative experience at elementary, middle, and high school levels. Asked if he thought his Spanish-speaking skills would better serve the Quincy district, Boyd quickly responded.
Creo que sí. Creo que sí. Yo creo que va a ser muy bien para la comunidad que habla español. Y what I said is I think that it'll give me a definite way to communicate.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
At High Mountain Hunting Supply, we have a saying that guides us. If we won't use it in the field, we won't sell it in the store. We take that seriously. Every gun, every rod, every bow that we sell is a product you can feel confident will help you land the biggest fish or harvest the biggest game. Our experts will help you find the right product for your needs. Come see us at 12238 North Frontage Road in Moses Lake or 223 North Mission in Wenatchee. High Mountain Hunting Supply, your source for hunting and fishing.
6 years ago, my dad began having issues with headaches, sore throats, and constant fatigue. He tried treating the problem with over-the-counter medications and lots of caffeine. Finally, he talked to his doctor, who confirmed our suspicions. Dad had sleep apnea. He didn't like the idea of using a CPAP, but after trying it one night, he was convinced. We found everything he needs for a much better quality of life at In-Home Medical.
A man is suspected of cutting through the wall of Richard's Body Shop to get inside and was caught by an employee. Moses Lake Police report the employee found a man squatting down behind equipment inside the business on Citation Road on Friday afternoon. An officer wrote, when asked what he was doing there, the suspect stated someone had broken in and he was hiding in an attempt to catch them if they come back. As the employee was calling police, the suspect left the building. The man is suspected of gaining access to the shop by peeling back the exterior sheet metal and cutting a hole in the drywall, according to police. The suspect was identified as a storage space customer who is 6 months behind on his rent. He was not arrested, but a report was sent to the Grant County Prosecutor's Office to make a determination on charges. In Northwest news, crews rescue a man stranded in his car in the middle of the Yakima River. As Natalie Ucci reports, the story might have had a much different ending if not for a good Samaritan who was first on the scene.
That's Facundo Hernandez clinging to his car in the middle of a swift-moving and bitter cold river. Deputies still aren't sure how the car ended up in the water, but it flipped a couple times and his car ended up 100 feet offshore. Art Gonzalez drove over the Donald Wapato Bridge just moments later.
When I saw headlights, I go, this just happened.
Art immediately called 911.
I could see somebody in there, and he was passed out, knocked out. And all of a sudden, he started moving.
Art stayed on the scene directing emergency crews to the area. He was able to communicate with the Wapato man inside the car, yelling for help. Art encouraged him to stay with the car and not venture into the current. It turned out a second man had already successfully made it to shore.
Here comes this guy walking, and he was all soaked, and he told me there was somebody else in there, so that's when I called 911 right away.
Whoever that second man was, he left the scene. Facundo clung to the door with just one window above water. Yakima County's swift water rescue team had him in a boat in under an hour. Scott Swallow was driving that rescue boat. He knows the rarity of a happy ending.
Doesn't always end nicely the way we would like it to.
The Swift Water Rescue Team averages about 6 water rescues a year.
It felt good that everybody worked together. We were able to get the guy out. No injuries. We all came home.
Deputies also pointed to that Good Samaritan Art Hernandez, who first spotted the car and stayed to the end.
How does it feel knowing that you might have saved a life today?
I'm kind of feeling I don't know, it's just weird right now. I'm just glad he's okay.
Hernandez was taken to the hospital to be treated for hypothermia. Officials still don't know how he ended up driving his car into the river. Authorities are checking to see if he has any physical or mental impairments. A construction crew uncovered what appears to be the bone of a Columbian mammoth at a site near Clarkston. The bone was uncovered last week, and University of Idaho anthropologist Lee Sappington visited the site yesterday with grad students looking for larger bones or tusks. Sappington says the bone appears to be part of the front leg of an ancient elephant-like animal. Columbian mammoth bones have been found across Washington, and it's the official state fossil. On February 12th, the tusk was uncovered at a construction site in Seattle's South Lake Union area. And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.